Hey guys, I just wanted to share a little bit of news around the whole coronavirus thing without going off on tangents and conspiracies and all that. But I think something good is coming out of this. From the White House yesterday, from the coronavirus uh, update the president gave, he mentioned that they're really beefing up counter narcotics, drug smuggling operations now throughout the world, especially focusing in Columbia and Venezuela. They're going to go after these cartels more, and they're going to use the resources of the Army and the Navy and the Air Force and Coast Guard and all this. They're going to go after these narco terrorists and these smugglers. And they had on the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Milley, and they also had on the Secretary of Defense, Mark Esper, and Attorney General William Barr, and also the National Security Advisor, the Ambassador Robert O'Brien, all coordinating and talking about how they want to fight these cartels and this war on drugs because these cartels are taking advantage of the situation right now and they're flooding our country with even more drugs. And, this is another way the enemy just destroys people's lives. And I think it's a good thing that the president's seeing this as an opportunity to fight that whole epidemic. So I encourage us to pray for our president and the leaders of our country and our military to help fight this, not only the coronavirus, but the drug epidemic. This could really put a dent in that if they could stop a lot of the shipments of these drugs all over the place. And right now we're seeing a huge resurgence of heroin, methamphetamine, fentanyl, all the opioids, and obviously cocaine's still big. So it would be great to put a dent in these things. So I just pray that they'll be effective and stamp out some of that stuff because it's really nasty what drugs can do to people. And it kills 70,000 people a year. Um, but also, I was looking on, and I go to this website sometimes. It's Now the End Begins. They have some pretty good stuff. They're a little shaky on some things, but their doctrine's pretty good. Um, but I think they're a little conspiracy friendly, a little bit too much maybe, but they have some good articles. But it's talking about right now the UN is trying to get 10% of the world's money to try to fight this coronavirus. There's an article on here about it. Um, and it's a little bit disturbing. It's the United Nations wants all nations to begin paying a 10% global tax for COVID-19 response and recovery fund, amounting to $8.7 trillion. Um, so I just find it interesting. And all this stuff, this mandatory vaccination. And I mentioned some of the stuff in my video a couple days ago about ID 2020, how they want to globally ID everyone with a digital ID, and they want to possibly put RFID chips, and it could be a gateway to immunization also, and a precursor to the mark of the beast type stuff. And it's not to get anyone fearful because we don't have to worry about that stuff. But I mean, this is a global issue now, and it's gonna open up some more global initiatives and implications. And our world's getting smaller, and we know from the Bible that when the whole world gets together as one, good things don't happen, bad things happen, and things get weird. So anyway, I just wanted to share that also. But keep our country and our world in prayer. They have an article on Now the End Begins about Paula White, the heretic Paula White, is asking you to sow a Psalm 91 seed and send her $91 for her fake coronavirus hospital for the spiritually sick. And it's kind of disturbing that Paula White leads President Trump's Faith and Opportunity Initiative. She's asking followers to send seed money, and it's the prosperity gospel crap that she preaches, and it's just really nasty that she's doing this. She's trying to take advantage of this thing for financial reasons, and I speak against her. She's a very attractive woman, and she's a very popular speaker and all that, and she is an advisor at the White House, and it's kind of concerning. I pray that the president would be given wisdom and discernment on who he chooses to give him spiritual advice. I don't think she is a good person to be giving anyone advice. She's got a lot of bad doctrine, and she's a wolf in sheep's clothing, and it's just kind of sad that she's doing this. It's just bad news. But anyway, I just wanted to share those things, and hope you guys are having a good day. We'll talk soon. God bless.